What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Fatherhood Initiative podcast. I am Sherman Webb Middlebrooks, a lifelong Buffalo resident and a full-time black man. And as usual,
What's going on, people? We are going to have a good one today. We got a good brother here, Devin Tilman, to talk about his experience as a father, as a man in general. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
How you doing, everybody? Devin Tilman, um, single father, new father, first time father.
wow.
Um, it's just a new experience for me. I've always wanted a child. It's been a long time coming. It's just a little crazy. The circumstances is under for me. So a little bit about the story. So my son was born February 27th of this year, 2023. But his mom passed before he was even out the womb. So, and I wasn't even there. I was at work. So, it was rough for me because when I got the call, it was like, dang, I missed it. You know, because fathers that are involved, they want to be there for that part. That's an important part. When the baby comes out, you want to be there. You don't really miss nothing. So for me to miss it, it was like, dang, it hurt real bad. But then to find out that you lost your woman on top of it, it's like this can't be real. Like like God, why do I deserve to be the one?
To
You know.
as you speak, first of all, again,
Um,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that happened. I mean, I couldn't imagine having had that experience with my partner. How long were you all together for?
2 years.
Okay.
When you're talking about spending the rest of your life with somebody,
Right.
it's different. Yeah,
Right.
plan on buying a house. You talk about investing.
Right.
Generational wealth. You talk about those things. It's different. When you shopping for rings and stuff, it's a whole different ball game.
Right. Planning for the future. Yeah.
man, what's kind of kept you strong and focused throughout all of this?
The only real thing that's keeping me level-headed is God. To be honest,
Okay.
I got I got I got a good team around me. I'm real selective of who I keep around me, especially now I learn. I mean, I'm 28, but I've learned real quick. You gotta be selective about who you keep close to the chest when you're talking about your life and things you're trying to do. So for me, it's God first, and then everybody else comes after my son. So,
What's your son's name, by the way?
Keyshawn, his
Okay.
name his name is dedicated to his mother.
Okay.
So his first name is the first three letters is her name was Lakeisha, so it's spelled the same way kind of her name was spelled, and then his middle name is one of the names that she wanted to name him, and it
Okay.
means young warrior.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. You put that together.
If you don't mind me asking, was your wife or your partner African American or Hispanic or
African American.
okay?
Okay.
And the reason why I ask is because unfortunately, in our community, and not just in our community, this is across the nation, maternal mortality rates among women of color are
That's,
disproportionately
yeah,
higher than their white counterparts. And income and lifestyle has like little to nothing to do with it either.
yeah,
So it's just it's it's hard to see on like the stats and the paper and stuff like that, but it's even harder, I'm sure, like for someone who actually experienced it.
yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
you gotta think we don't ever get the same treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they handle us, versus how they handle them is totally different in hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, there's some stuff I just can't talk about at the moment
Yeah.
until things get cleared.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, it's
It was a
she should
lot.
she should still be here. Let me just put it that way.
Gotcha.
In layman terms, yeah.
No, I'm just wondering. Like, it sounded like it was a lot of stuff that's still going on. So like the opportunity for you to heal really hasn't necessarily like presented itself. Would you say?
Yeah, so the family as a whole, we still haven't even had the time to properly grieve. We still, like with court and everything, just for Keyshawn, we just closed out court this past week. But as far as the rest of the kids, there's still a lot going on. So we're just trying to balance things out and still make sure, because a lot of times stuff like this happen, it comes down to there may be limited to people who actually care about their kids.
Right.
And it comes down because the mom's not here, so their lifestyle was built around their mother. It was them, it was their mom and just them. It was tight knit family. So now that the foundation is gone, sometimes we tend to exploit our own, and it's not beneficial to us.
So your partner had children outside of you guys?
Yeah, she has 5 other kids.
5. Okay. How old is the oldest, and what's the youngest?
Oldest is 18. The youngest is 6.
Okay. Apart from Keyshawn. Okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of lives affected.
Yeah. So.
Wow. So, in the interest of time, we got about 2 minutes left. What would you tell another father out there in the world who may have had a similar experience as you to help them to continue their day-to-day, their mental health, just the things that you've done? I know you said God is your foundation, and I respect that because he's my foundation as well. But what are some practical things that you might tell somebody?
Practical things, man, just for me from therapy, because, a lot of times us as Black folks, we don't think we need therapy.
Yeah.
We need therapy just because of the way we transitioned to America.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. We were born into a bunch of foolishness, and it's inevitable that we're gonna need therapy and counseling. So for me, music is my go-to.
Yeah.
It's, next to God is music. I listen to a lot of old school R&B, so it's all about love.
Okay.
And it goes back to something that Tank said. Our violence is not an issue; it's our love. It's not our violence is not a threat; it's our love. So once we start, I think it comes down to love. And for me, music, and I like to sit by the water. It's relaxing, it's calming. You gotta find what's relaxing for you. Because each one of us is different in how we deal with stuff and how we clear our minds.
Right.
Because our mind is our most deafening thing. It determines which direction we go and what we do and the choices that we make. And if we don't have control of our mind, we're lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Any last words?
I was with you on that. I don't even want to add none of that because I think
Yeah. This was a heavy one.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
today. I appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yeah.
So just